There's two things. There's the understanding that a person has, and then there's also the level that a person's rooted, the level of that their soul is rooted. And these are two things that play into the factor of a person's connection to the Torah. You have a person's intellectual capabilities, and then you have a person's soul connection, what their soul connects to. So you have, these are two different things. So you can have someone that has a very broad intellect and understands things very well and is able to explain and give very nice explanations, but they don't have a soul connection to the thing. And that's, for example, the story of Rav Yosef Karo. Rabbi Yosef Karo, who is known as the Mechaber, and he wrote the Shulchan Aruch, which is the code of Jewish law, which is the basis to the Judaism that we practice nowadays. The entire Judaism that we do is based on the Shulchan Aruch. Day to day, everything that Judaism is practically is based off the code of law called the Shulchan Aruch, written by this man, Rav Yosef Karo. He wanted to learn Kabbalah, the mystical dimension, from the Arizal. And every time the Arizal, I should say, was the founding, one of the fathers of Kabbalah. Now, every time the Arizal would teach the author of the Shulchan Aruch, Rav Yosef Karo, every time he would teach him Kabbalah, he would start sleeping and dozing off. So the Arizal told him, "You're dozing off, that means that Kabbalah is not for you. I'm sorry, your soul isn't connected to it." And this is a man, Rav Yosef Karo, who was intellectually capable more than anyone. I mean, he was one of the geniuses of Jewish history. And yet, he didn't have a soul connection to Kabbalah. He understood Kabbalah. He even wrote books of Kabbalah, of Jewish mysticism. He even had very spiritual experiences. But his soul wasn't connected to the dimension of Kabbalah. He didn't have the soul connection. And vice versa, at the same time, you can have a person who doesn't have an intellectual, very, very impressive intellectual capability, but at the same time, their soul is connected to certain things. As the Talmud relates of those that can tell you the halakha, they can tell you the practical thing to do, even though they don't even understand it so well. But they can tell you the bottom line because they have a soul connection to it. So these are the two things that play in to the connection to Torah and the grasp of the Torah.